Hello YTPC, this is Steve and you're watching Smoking Cardboard. Seems like a little weather front is trying to push through right now. I am smoking my Morgan Bones paneled Lavat. And this pipe I always smoke Amphora burley in, or closely adjacent tobaccos. And this time, the closely adjacent tobacco is Mac Baron Golden Extra. This is a favorite of mine. I like the Amphora burley a lot, but this Amphora burley was given to me by Chelsea Duza Pipes, who found a really old tin at a gas station. Yeah, I think it was like at least 10 years old. It is better than the fresh stuff I have tried, or bulk. I don't know if I've ever had a fresh tin. I might have just had the bulk. Anyway, thought I'd do a video. This weekend I am going camping. Very much looking forward to that. It's very warm out. So the advantage to that is this camp has like a little, I don't know what they would call it, a little body of water. I don't know if it's a pond or lake or whatever, but there's no boats on it. And they have this really nice sand beach. Nice for Wisconsin. And you can sit by it, play some games, do stuff. So the really warm weather really helps, because the water here is pretty cold. The downside is sometimes if it can't cool off at night, sleeping in a tent can be pretty warm. Anywho, I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna bring along our Ukrainian friends, and I think they're excited to give this a go too. So that's really cool, because I've always wanted to go camping with friends, but I've never really done it. The other thing I was thinking about was I am forgetting the podcast name. It's a couple of drops. The Pipe and Tamper. Yes. That's the podcast. And Brian Levine was being interviewed on it. At least this is what I remember that this quote was from. And it's not going to be a direct quote because I don't have memory like that. But they were talking about the YouTube YTPC and how that was an important part of the hobby. Important part of the community as a whole. Kind of interesting thought, really. Obviously, we're pretty niche hobby. That even a group of 100 or 1,000 people could make up a sizable portion of it. I don't really know about that, but it made me think, what makes it an important part of the overall community? Why would Brian Levine care about it? And some of that makes me realize that when they're talking about the YTPC, largely they're not talking about my channel or some of the channels that are pretty similar to mine. They're probably talking about the channels that help teach people how to smoke a pipe, answer questions, do tobacco reviews that are well done and thoughtful. I did make some YouTube videos to teach someone how to smoke a pipe, and I just did that because I felt like I could, and I felt like if I ever had a friend that wanted to smoke a pipe, it would be really handy to just be able to give them the videos that I created and say, hey, watch them, and they could maybe be helpful for other people. But I think we're... it's starting to rain. You're going to probably hear a bunch of banging. They're just humongous drops of rain. Like, humongous. Just, I don't know. Not a lot of them, but they're huge. Anyway. We're still at the mercy of YouTube's algorithms. And I don't say that because I necessarily think my videos are worth promoting from YouTube's perspective, but more so the idea that those videos, I put them out pretty close together because I wanted someone who needed that information now to have all of it. And as a result, a lot of people who normally watch my videos recognize these weren't really videos for them if they already knew how to smoke a pipe. And so they didn't watch them. And even though that was months and months and months ago, those videos still have less views than like a normal video would even have in like 2 weeks time. And so that's why it's kind of interesting that, like, even if I try to make something that's helpful, it doesn't mean that it's going to get to the eyes of people that actually need it. Because what are they doing? They're typing on YouTube how to smoke a pipe, and whatever the top 10 videos are about that is what they're clicking on. They aren't going, hey, I want to know how smoking cardboard taught how to smoke a pipe. So it's pretty interesting how some of the channels become really popular, even like really quickly, and others stay small. But I guess I'm coming all back to whether or not that whether or not when they say the YouTube pipe community is important, if they really mean the conversations that happen here, are those important to the overall community, or is it the fact that, you know, Mutton Shop Piper did some really helpful videos that have helped tons of people, or Stuff and Things, or whoever. So I don't know, it's just interesting. It's just kind of interesting too to see how YouTube has changed since I started making videos, and how that affects views and stuff like that. I only say that because, I mean, I got sucked into this community, not because I necessarily sought it out, but because I caught glimpses of it by what YouTube's algorithm was feeding me. So once the algorithm stops feeding videos that might draw people to the group. How does someone find out such a thing exists? I mean, they're not going to go looking for something they don't know exists. Kind of dependent on some of that stuff. I don't know. This is a boring ramble. Sorry. I hope you're all well. I hope you have a great evening and that tomorrow goes well for you and this weekend. And most of all, I hope you have some great smokes. We'll talk to you later. Bye.